Alright, what is up, guys? I am back out doing that thing that I do, which is running. It is an easy day after yesterday's workout. I'm just going to be doing some laps around the duck pond here. Really nice and easy as a recovery run. There's some mild little undulation here, and it's just like gravel, sort of. It's not too bad. And just gonna, run easy, talk a little bit about, I think I'm gonna chat to you guys today about my current running shoe rotation, what I've got for shoes, what I use them for, and how I see them being used in this training block. So I'll just go through each shoe. But yeah, anyway, just beautiful out here. It's a little bit cool. Yeah, here's one of the little mild undulations. Can't call it a hill, but yeah, a little bit cool out here today. So I'm actually got a long sleeve on. The heat will not be a factor, but that's okay. Just gonna keep it easy, keep it gentle, keep it calm and controlled, and see what happens. I'll catch up after a little bit of a warm-up run here. All right, so I've just gone around the pond once. It's about 800 meters, and kind of cut up on one of these little side trails that takes me behind a museum that is actually up over the hill above the pond. Look at this nice little tree tunnel behind me here. Love it. Anyway, so cut up here because there was a woman walking a couple of dogs and another family that was just really close, so I didn't want to be bothering them. Let's talk about the first pair of shoes that I've got in my running rotation. It's actually the ones that I'm wearing right now, and they are the Ultra Tauren 4. And as I'm doing that, let's also look at this new trailway they put in. That's cool. I don't know how long that's been here. It's been a little while since I've been here, but it just connects down over the side. But anyway, so the Ultra Tauren 4. So these are a really nice shoe, of course, zero drop. My first zero drop shoe that I've ever worn. And I've really only been out on, I think this is the third run. So I've only done short runs with them. Kind of getting a feel for what people are saying online for them. They are, and from my own experience, they feel pretty plush. They're nice, like they've got some cushion there. I think it's still like 26 mils of stack height, but I don't know, they're pretty light as well, so I feel like they're very versatile. They're comfortable enough to come out here and do an easy run today, but then also light enough that if I need to pick it up while going up a hill, or want to throw in a little burst or something, I could certainly do so. I mean, by the looks of it, people use them from everything from just easy day running to running like half marathons and marathons. So I'm impressed with them so far. That's the first shoe on the roster, and they're just going to be thrown in the mix. I really don't have any absolute plans for them. They just they came my way in a really good deal, so I just had to get them. And I'll probably use them a lot like this on easy days. Now today I'm not going to throw any speed in because I did a harder effort yesterday. But I'll use them for easy days, and then maybe if I just want to throw in a little something on occasion throughout that run. Ultra Tauren 4, shoe number 1 in my running rotation. Okay. Running shoes number 2. Second pair of shoes in my running rotation are the Asics Nimbus 21. And these are straight up long run, easy day, recovery type shoe. They are the kind of premium comfort shoe in the Asics lineup. So the Nimbus 21 is actually a pair of shoes that I found secondhand at a thrift shop, and they looked like they had barely been worn. And so a $200 Canadian shoe I got for, I forgot what I paid for them now, but like $12 or something. So I just absolutely had to do it. And they have been an easy day shoe, long run day, recovery day, just kind of something that I know I can rely on to give me a comfortable ride if I'm just out doing some running. Don't have to think about it. They're a little bit heavier, but surprisingly, I still have no issue picking it up to, maybe like half marathon pace or something for short periods of time. Maybe finishing a long run with a fast mile or something. Certainly not an issue to do that. So Asics Nimbus 21 is shoe number 2. And shoe number 3, I'll just jump right to it, is another one that I bought for very cheap. Got them off the Sport Check website here in Canada for I don't even remember now, but I think it was less than $50. But then maybe with shipping and taxes, it equaled $50. But it's the Brooks Rebel 2. So I've worn them for just a couple runs. They were a pair that I was going to keep clean and just use as my indoor running shoe at the indoor track. And the indoor track, unfortunately, has been pretty much closed for most of this past year due to the whole situation. So I really just haven't been able to use them. And now I've got a couple of other shoes that I'm going to be using for indoor stuff, or at least one. So I'm going to get some more use out of those. Those are another just kind of everyday, easy daily trainer shoe. The Rebel 2, I think it's just a solid workhorse of a shoe. I haven't run more than 10K in them, but they were perfectly comfortable up to that point. I don't think that they're really, because they're kind of a little bit on the lower end of the scale of the Brooks scale, still quality, but I don't think they're really meant for, super long distance, and they're not like a racing shoe or anything. But I think you could comfortably go out and do your long run without any issues. But again, they're probably just going to be like an everyday shoe that I throw in to get some miles on while I give one of my other shoes a break in the rotation. So that is the Brooks Rebel 2, which is shoe number 3 in my rotation of 8 pairs of shoes. I'll get back to running, maybe show you a little bit more B-roll, and go on to shoe number 4. Shoe number 4 and 5 are both offerings from Reebok. Reebok, a brand that I had completely basically forgotten about, didn't care about, didn't think about for several years. Best part of 2 decades, I would say. And then all of a sudden, Reebok jumps on the scene. A lot of running shoe tubers are reviewing the Float Ride Energy and saying, wow, what the hell is this? This is an amazing shoe. Great daily trainer, not very heavy, 8 mil drop, good for your everyday stuff. You could run a marathon in it. You could go out and do a tempo run. So I also picked those ones up on clearance. Paid about $70. I think so. It was around $70. And I want to tell you, these are beautiful shoes. Now, I've got the first year model, so they've still got the original Reebok, almost like the Zelda Trident logo instead of the 2 swooshes kind of thing, which I actually like it. I don't know why everyone was like, oh, I hate that old logo. I actually like the logo. Yeah, so I've worn them a couple times now, and I've been using them on my treadmill, and I know that, to take them out on the pavement and stuff, they'd be absolutely fantastic as well, but just using them on the treadmill, Very comfortable shoe. I'm extremely impressed. And then the other Reebok shoe that I've got is the Float Ride Forever Grow, or Float Ride Grow, or whatever the hell it is. And that's that high percentage plant-based shoe that I talked about maybe 3 videos back or something like that. And I mean, as I mentioned in that one, that's just a great shoe as well. Super comfortable. Reminds me a lot of something like the Saucony Ride, you know, where it's not ultra plush, not ultra comfortable for, you know, people who need that extra bit of softness. It's not a super high stack height or anything, but it's comfortable enough and also has the ability to go a little bit fast, you know, so just versatility. Those 2 Reebok shoes, that is the theme for them, versatility. Something you could run long in, you could run a marathon in, but you could also go out and do some workouts in. So those are shoes number 4 and 5. I'll come back and talk about the last 3. The last 3 are all by the same brand, and you might know who that is if you've been watching this channel at all and know my preferences. All right, here we are at the ball field behind me, which is basically just through those woods away from the duck pond. And good place to stop, because I just had to climb a couple pretty steep sections of trail to get out on the road to come to here. So yeah, to round out my running shoe rotation, like I said, I've got 8 pairs in my rotation, most of them just versatile shoes. The last 3 pairs are all Saucony. I started running in mid-2016, and I started off with a pair of Ride 8s by Saucony later that year, like, you know, by the fall. Because when I started out, I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't even have like a proper pair of running shoes. But I did eventually get a pair of Ride 8s, and then between those pairs, another pair of Ride 8s, a bunch of Ride 9s, and some Ride 10s. That was the bulk of my running for the first 3 years. And then, you know, last year I was out for a good part of it due to my foot kind of, you know, plaguing me with injury and soreness. And then really I just started to get a little bit more variety in my lineup over this last year. So I do still have a pair of the Saucony Rides, the ISO 2s, which is kind of like would be like the equivalent of the Ride 12. And you know, they're a great shoe. They just eat miles, you know, like I just do long runs. I do pretty much everyday runs on those shoes, but I would still go out and run like a half marathon or a marathon in them very comfortably. And then I also have a pair of the Saucony Mad River Trail shoes, and they're a formula drop, really, really nice and versatile for trails, and you know, just super, super comfortable as well. They actually feel like a fast shoe, even though they're a trail shoe. So loving that. And then I've got the Saucony Kinvara 11s, which are, you know, they're a speed shoe. So they're the ones I go out and do my workouts in, and they're the ones that I've put my half marathon attempt in last year when I went for the sub 140. And yeah, super comfortable. And I apologize for the noise in the background there. I got some kids walking a dog. But yeah, so Saucony has been, you know, a trusted brand for me. And I find the Reeboks really do remind me of that kind of like little bit more firmness than, you know, say your really plushy shoes like your Hokas and stuff like that. but still with lots of pep. So good versatile shoes. The Convaras are absolutely beautiful. They're comfortable enough I could run in them every day, and I could probably even do a marathon in them, but I'll cap those off at a half marathon just because I've got better shoes for that, I think. But that rounds up my running shoe rotation. I do have another pair that's coming to me as a birthday present, which I won't get until the end of July. So I'll talk about those at another time. And you know, who knows? I've got a couple others that are on the wish list that I might grab at some point, like would love to try the Asics Nova Blast, would love to try just a couple of other ones. You know, I'd love to have like an Endorphin Speed from Saucony as well. But they're still a little bit pricey, and I really need more shoes. So anyway, that's that. I'm gonna get back to my run, finish that up. Looks like it's gonna rain, so I better get back to the car or near it because I'm about a mile away now. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.